family perspective, because I used to gang bang and all that good shit. Fucking, that shit is stupid. It was one of the dumbest decisions that a nigga can make as a kid. Like,
from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
But all that gang shit, that shit go out the window once you get locked up or some shit like that. Like, once you get locked up, none of your gang is going to go check on the ball, make sure you that person. None of that gang is going to go check on your kids and buy them clothes, toys, and take them out to the park. That's why you're gone.
Yeah, how they rock.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
As the offensive guys trot on the field, you know they're congratulating the special teams guys to get them in great position. And while they're going out there, I'm guessing the quarterback's thinking about taking some good shots at the end zone right now.
Yeah.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Great beginning there under the bright lights of primetime.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case,
bread and butter time
is on you.
Turnover.
Now it's Jackson.
No. Bread and butter time.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Bread and butter time is over with for him.
You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Yeah, bread and butter. That's bread and butter.
To go, first quarter.
That night we couldn't lose, that's all we was doing.
Henry up the middle.
How the hell?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Justin Tucker for the extra point.
That nigga need to be on kick return moving like that.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Bitch out the back of the field, they cheating, bro. Like, for real. Everybody on their team moving extra fast, and this nigga done kicked the Uno.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. A first carry for Samaje Perine.
Come on.
He'll be taken down.
Where my Derrick Henry speed at?
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
You kicked out that bitch again.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And they'll try the option on first and goal. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Now Jackson.
Dang.
Touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try the right side with P. Ryan. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, 41 yards. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games,
is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive.
The man, Dove, got ran over to his back.
To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
How you dive forward and get ran over to your back?
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 60 yards. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
Yeah, 2 people right there. Chose the wrong one.
They'll look to throw.
Come here.
And looking
to the
for
part,
Raiders,
man.
But this is intercepted.
God damn.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at
I'm
the end
telling
of that
you,
one.
everybody on his
There's
team,
some excitement.
everybody on his team too fast.
And instead, it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give them a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Yeah, then kicked out the touchdown again.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Hold on, talking about
Travis Kelce, 70 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Inside handoff, Henry. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry.
Bam!
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
They set up the screen for Henry.
A
strong
running. Go down.
Still fighting for more. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
13
yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running
like
game
real life,
imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 3.
We gonna break it.
Here's Jackson to throw.
That's
and he'll go down. at the 20-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Jackson.
Come on! Good shit.
And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson.
Good start.
Into the hands of Flowers. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Monkey.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Keep the 3.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half.
Lock the shit out of his ass. To the part bit. To the part bit. To the part bit. Let's go.
For a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air.
Hey, the stream even said good shit. Hey, we appreciate that.
That's 2 touchdowns
appreciate
so
you
far
tuning in and
Where'd
coming.
you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
Bam! Oh, they let me.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
No way.
And because of that pressure,
look, can't nobody get found.
They on PC. The end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry 74 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in. Already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
That's going to be a true start.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or two.
Jackson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Got him. He broke it.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Jackson now.
Sack him. Oh, my God. Look good.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action with Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far.
I even took the right angle so he couldn't fall forward and they let him do that.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Draw play. This is Henry. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3. It brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
I don't trust none of them. Police, politicians.
Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
First quarter was tough.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To throw is Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
I went.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Pirine. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. So they just need
knocked all the energy out of
to
their
pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Let's go. This shit swag to the fucking partner.
He's still on his feet. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 72 yards. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Extra
point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Well, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, who picked off the last one? What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
That's true, though. That's the truth.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry.
To about the 33-yard line.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run it again with Henry. Fights him off.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
Open man, that's Henry.
Come on.
He's across midfield. And he has the
diving
Ravens
at
first
legs.
down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well on the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. Fighting through at the 25. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Finally kicked that bit on the field. Great point.
Now Mahomes maybe a free play. Flush to his right. Open man here. It's the tight
And
end,
we get the free play.
And he has a big
What's
gain
up,
inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yellow.
One final try for Mahomes. Buying time to his left.
R1.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
I was trying to get the fucking PI on that goofy ass. All controlling me. Beat this team in the worst way for the other team beating them. Switch it up. It's offense or defense. What you want?
They cannot hold us down.
I had to go. I had to get in the bag real quick.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Go ahead and get it. Got it real quick. We're going low.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
I'm talking about the tackler. I'm talking about the tackler. That nigga shot the gap. That nigga shot that gap perfectly, man.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. He's got a man complete. Touchdown.
I'm happy the referees don't be calling shit for real. I block bro on the back so bad.
74 yards. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
The coverage helps now. I'm pissed off.
Off of play action. Here's Smith.
Ain't gonna be no more open field.
Right sideline, but
that's all they got for the rest of the show. Out of bounds.
Took him a little too far at 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath.
Tyler Lockett. Down the right sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 69 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team will be lucky to cross our goal line.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted.
I wonder if you even noticed me.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
You go pick for pick. Return right.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Joaquin! Let's go!
Good-looking return set up here.
Let's fucking go!
He's past the 30.
Oh.
And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Good shit.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Moody. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Good shit, buddy.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
Put him in the coffin.
And they will wriggle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Yeah, they coach look like the hobgoblin. Green Goblin looking at nigga from Spider-Man. Oh, they shook. They don't even know what play to pick.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Geno now to throw.
Oh, yeah.
This complete to Lockett. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Quarterback
and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
They killed me at the quarterback.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Are we going for it? Are we winning?
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy.
Hits. Shit, good job.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Throwing here, Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now a 2nd and 10. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
After the interception, here's Smith.
Quit playing with me.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
They like, what are you on?
We are in for a good one as we're through one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Still trying to air it out. Ain't no pass.
Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith and Jigba in motion right. Throwing now is Geno. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Smith. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And Walker has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Smith throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Oh.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf.
Oh.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Smith now to throw. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Back to throw, Smith.
Oh!
He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
I was behind him instead of in front of him.
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Gino's going to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Up the gut, McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy looking to throw. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Purdy now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play action. Now Purdy rolling to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it here.
That'll work.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter.
Well short, well right to boot.
This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks
Hey,
trailing, but they
still
will
with it,
have
gang.
possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Oh, he tried. Tackle for loss.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now Geno.
My ball back.
Flushed out right.
Try me. Good.
He hits his target
hell
rocket. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down
Yesterday
just
look
shy
funny
of
on
the
your
20.
screen.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Out of the gun, Smith.
Returning right back to Lockett.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This 2nd and 4.
Trying the left side with Walker. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Smith. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
I don't trust none of them.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This one from 46 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Must get the ball back for us.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Oh, yeah, to the part, man. Good play, Swag.
Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown,
Put him in the car.
George Kittle, 60 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
No.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive.
Mickey.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Oh, look at the juke. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Geno now to throw.
Come here.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Stop playing with me.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now the second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Now Purdy.
Oh,
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's Purdy. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown.
3 niggas on that
incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Good shit.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
Put them foes. Oh, they quit. I told you that's it for them. That's it for them. I already do it. That 3rd down hurt. You hurt, good. We had it was San Francisco. We had I ain't lying. Yeah, it did. They had lag game. It was quick. They said, we can't stop him, bro. Go on, man. Yeah.
From the host to Super Bowl 50
Type
back in
shit.
February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Back to throw, Purdy. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
That shit was like, really?
Throwing here, Purdy.
Good pick.
That is caught.
Good shit.
He's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Purdy from the gun. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Purdy.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Purdy.
Good work.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way.
You know they super bad.
He loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
I can't even
For
block.
his sin, and
You
you know he's
got
taking
that.
a deep sigh of relief right now.
Blocking the shit out that nigga. You breaking tackles.
The San Francisco
whole
offense
time we
ready
had
to
a
start their
defense
next
formation.
drive.
This could end up being a pretty
Hey, I'm
big
going
drive.
straight up
I
the
mean,
field
look,
with
yes,
number
it's
1.
early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of
Got
attack,
a hot
holding
route
up.
flick on the
They
running
won
back,
their
make
battles
it
at the
go
line of
pass, right?
scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
Oh,
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. from the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down.
Purdy looking to throw.
Good
He's
job.
got his target. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Purdy.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second down and 3. Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
Completes it to Jennings. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Purdy now to throw.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. Open man is complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Purdy.
On that.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Purdy.
Come here. What the hell?
And this is caught. Jennings. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 5.
Looking to throw. Purdy.
No. Ain't no points down here for you.
It's intercepted.
To the part, man.
Charvarius Ward.
Good shit, man.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Operating from the gun, Purdy.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
Let's go.
Ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted.
Get him out of here.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk as the first half is winding down.
And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield, and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled
Oh,
defensively.
I got a
One play
pancake
and
block.
into the end zone. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
They do that shit in the arena, bro.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Pushing his way through and able to get this out to the 25.
Holy crap.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient.
Touchdown!
I was trying to boost it there.
Deebo Samuel, 75 yards. And the 49ers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Moody good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now Purdy.
They'll roll him out right.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Operating from the gun. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I already knew I was going to stay on up.
Looking to throw. Purdy. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Purdy. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Niners have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point try now for Moody.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It's over with for bad coverage for them. They done got exposed.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
Come on.
And he'll be stopped
He's
right
supposed to
at
be hurt.
midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Now Purdy.
Looking deep for Jennings. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brandon Ayuk.
57 yards.
And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
Not enough.
And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Purdy off the play fake.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Steps away.
Throw that bit away, Swag.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner,
Right
there,
did.
that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Following the fumble recovery, Purdy throwing right, and that's complete.
What a fumble at?
Down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's caught. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This is McCaffrey on the give.
Come on.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
Again,
He does. Stop playing with it.
Pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some
Get them out of here.
screens, some
That's
draws,
game.
some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now Moody for the PAT.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Middle.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Sleep out the good too. I don't just keep going forward. It's like the sleep goes. Falling asleep then.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
Put them feet on them,
Good
baby.
gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Third and 3. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he will have a Niners first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage. Run on first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
It's over for him. We called the time.
Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 48.
Dirty. Oh. Gotta go up, get up early. Let me get my hand checked out. Who's okay down? Yes, sir. We out this thing. Straight like that.